Hi everyone, it's me Leslie here with another video. Thank you so much for watching my video and thank you so much for subscribing. So today I'm going to be continuing with my story time. Last week I did story time part 5 where I was talking about abstaining from things. And this week, story time part 6, I want to talk about how I was abstaining from certain things in my diet. So I was eating everything. I was an omnivore, and I wasn't really considering my diet at all. But my friend, she was a vegetarian, lacto-ovo, just ate eggs and dairy products. And I had asked her about this lifestyle, well, this diet she had, and she told me how I could start, and I decided that I was going to try to take some things out of my diet. I decided I was going to do just what she was doing, and I was going to be a lacto-ovo vegetarian. So I quit meat. First I quit beef and chicken. And this was not as hard as I thought it was going to be. I quit beef and chicken, but I was still like a pescatarian. I was still eating fish. And then after a couple of months, I decided that I was going to move forward. And I quit all fish except for salmon. I was really enjoying fresh salmon at the time. And after another month or two, I decided it was time to take the big leap and quit all fish as well. So I quit salmon, and it was one of the hardest things I'd ever done, but I did it. And I was basically just eating eggs and dairy products along with just the fresh fruits and vegetables, rice, nuts, seeds. And so I did that for another couple of months, and I felt really good. I was feeling really healthy. And then I decided that I was going to try to do a vegan style diet. I decided I was going to quit like eggs, dairy products, everything, and really dive into a vegan diet. And it was one of the hardest things that I've ever done. And being a vegan isn't just about not eating meat. It's about not wearing animal clothing with like animal products in it. And it's about an ethical, non-violent lifestyle, like where you do nothing to harm animals at all. No animal products, nothing. And it was hard. It was really hard to find food, like packaged food, where there wasn't like some eggs in there or some dairy products. There were oftentimes I would really mess up trying to do the vegan lifestyle. It was really hard for me to make sure there was no eggs or dairy and things, and the clothes I was wearing, I wasn't even really paying attention to the clothes I was wearing at the time. But being vegan isn't just about not eating meat. It's also about the genuine care of the animal's well-being and being fully present all the time about the products you're buying and things. It's definitely a lifestyle, and just not eating meat is just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot to it, and it takes a lot of effort. And so I was attempting this lifestyle, but unfortunately what happened was I was still traveling and teaching English as a second language, and I moved to Tokat, Turkey, to teach English. And they're really famous for their meat. They have really wonderful good meat, and they specialize in kebabs. I think it was kebabs. And what was so sad was at that time, well, so let me back up a little bit. I was a vegan when I moved to Tokat, Turkey, and I was turning down meat from, my boss was taking the English teachers to dinner, and I would have to turn down his gift, the food gift he would offer. I remember in the school I worked at, they would oftentimes just have lunches that contained meat. I would end up bringing my own lunch. I even lost some friendships over my diet, actually. People trying to take me out for dinner, and I had to tell them, hey, I don't eat anything here. And I remember one time the person that invited me out was like, well, that's unfortunate. And they never talked to me again after that. But I'm bringing this up because while I was in Turkey, I was a vegan the whole time. And so it was a very difficult place. It was a very difficult place in Tokat, Turkey to be a vegan, 100% difficult. And what I learned from abstaining from certain things in other countries, in other places of the world, is things are different. Things are different from, say, my lifestyle in America, where I know why I know I'm turning down this meat because we're doing this crazy factory farming and so many other horrible things to animals. But in a remote place like Tokat, Turkey, where the animals are able to graze freely and they're taken care of in such a different manner, and it's not the same. It's not the same, and what I experienced was, in some places it's different, and in some places they are treating animals with respect, and then for their sustenance, to sustain themselves, they are eating the animals. But this is after the animal has had a good life. They've taken care of the animals, and then for their food, they will eat the animals. And I was in a place where they were taking care of the animals, and the animals had a good life, and then one day, a human used them for their consumption. And now, looking back on being a vegan in Tokat, Turkey, now I realize that I was very ignorant, and I didn't understand what I was doing. Things are so different everywhere. Like, things are different all around the globe. And I didn't enter Tokat, Turkey with a level of gratitude that I wish that I would have. And so today, my message in this story is that I learned gratitude. I learned to accept a gift. I learned that maybe in America I have XYZ standards, or in other places around the world I have XYZ standards, but in certain places, in like rural Tokat, Turkey, those can be exceptions to the rule, where they're still treating the animals with respect, and that's their staple diet, and they're trying to accept you into their world. And looking back on it now, it was an opportunity to take a gift and to receive a gift and be a grateful person and partake in that communion. And I didn't do that. And that was another part of my journey of awakening. I was awakening to gratitude. And I think that I was very closed to what gratitude is while I was, for my entire life actually. And especially in Indonesia, where people were bending over backwards to help me have a comfortable time there, I didn't show a level of gratitude that I understand now. And I also understand that I didn't show it there. And in Turkey, I felt like I was being a good person, but in actuality, I wasn't showing gratitude. Of course, I wish I could take it back, but I can't. But what I have done is I have reflected on what happened. I reflected on turning down this gift. I reflected on my behaviors. And so I'm sitting here today to let you all know that, well, now I'm a vegetarian again. I couldn't do the vegan thing for too much longer. I really missed eating eggs and stuff. And so I'm a vegetarian now. But I wouldn't be against doing a vegan diet again. But now I've learned that that I don't want to go to certain corners of the world, certain places in the world, where their attitudes towards life and their way of being is so much different than here in the United States. And I want to be a grateful person. I want to accept a gift. And even if I'm, say, a vegetarian at the time or a vegan at the time, I would like to have the opportunity again to go to someone else's homeland, and be able to accept a gift. I mean, I don't have to like overindulge or anything. I can just accept the gift and be grateful. So if I could do it all over again, I would show more gratitude. But the light at the end of this story is that I have now learned a higher level of gratitude. And so that's the end of this story today. And next week, I will continue with my story of awakening. And thank you all for listening. And until next time, bye.